2025 Audi RS7 Performance in Ascari Blue Metallic over Black Mercato interior. We have the matte carbon exterior package, the RS design package, the executive package. I'm going to go over the specs and details of what you're getting with this, plus throw in some pros and cons to see if it's worth the hype. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. Last year we had a bronze edition. It had 125 examples, which shed 18 pounds to make it a lot more lightweight. They also introduced the performance variant, which carries on to this year. 30 horsepower more from 2023 to 2024. 37 pound-feet of torque more that goes into the 2025 variants. The matte carbon package comes into play, which will give you the carbon fiber on the side sill, the lower splitter, the side view mirrors, the side skirt, carrying on into the rear diffuser. Now you can option the black optic package, which will just give you the black aesthetics, but I kind of like the carbon that's going to surround it. It just makes it look a lot more performance driven. And because of that package, you'll naturally get the single frame Audi grille blacked out with the O-rings that integrated to the matrix design LED headlights and daytime runnings, which is one of the best lighting systems in the business. Now this is your everyday track-worthy vehicle, which means you're getting 5 inches of clearance at 0 to 60. Audi's quoting at 3.3 seconds. And what's housed underneath the hood is the most special part, because it's a V8 bi-turbo TFSI producing 621 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque that's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And the matte carbon package carries on with these 22-inch wheels. We get the Continental Sport Contact 7 Sport tires. That's a 285/30 on all 4 corners. Black brake calipers housing 10 pistons in the front. Hell yeah, it's vintage slotted. This is track worthy. And because we have the RS Design Package Plus, that unlocks the top speed up to 190 miles per hour. Otherwise, it's 155 miles per hour. And to make it basically a 50-50 weight distribution, the rear axle turns with the steering wheel to make it tighter in a parking lot and to make it more precise whenever you're taking the bins on the road or taking this on the track. Now, when we go against competition, like BMW's M5, this is going to be right next to each other with a near 50-50 weight distribution. A few tenths of a second 0 to 60 isn't going to change the ball game, and that carries on into Mercedes. Hell, even for a Porsche, you're going to spend near $200,000 to get something that's comparable to this. Why would you do that? When you have the luxury, you got the performance blend, it's an everyday driving vehicle, except for the fact that you're getting 14 MPGs for the city, 21 MPGs for the highway. Is it worth the hype? To me, it is, because of the package that you're getting all in one. Now, for 2026, there has been some talks about a plug-in hybrid, which would only make sense, because BMW's doing it with the M5. But I'm fine with that. And it would be even better if they give us 2 options, like the Performance and the PHEV. RS-tuned front and rear suspension with matrix-style LED taillights. The lower gets the oval exhaust tips because this is the RS. Retractable trunk lid spoiler, so it's going to look a little bit understated or performance-driven, depending on how fast you go, or you could just push the button in the interior so you could show everybody what this vehicle truly is, because by no means this is a fly underneath the radar. And with this color palette, it's very unique with all these options that you're getting, because you have a track-driven vehicle, an everyday vehicle, and this Ascari blue. I mean, I normally don't see a lot of RS performance on the road, but you probably never see one of these hardly at all. Power liftgate going into 24.6 cubic feet of storage. It's a hatchback, so you're going to get a lot of storage, and you have 2 privacy covers here, so it kind of keeps it closed off, and you have a little area here that you can fit any type of paperwork. You have a little sleeve of storage, 12-volt charger, full LED interior lighting underneath the floor. It's a little bit of storage, but unfortunately, it's a little bit longer for me. I'm at 6'3". I'll still have to go inside to fold these seats down by pulling the lever at a 40-20-40 split, and that will maximize the cargo capacity to nearly 50 cubic feet. This is an RS7 Performance. We need to go inside, start it up, so you can hear that exhaust note. The key fob to the RS7 Performance. The executive package gives us these soft closed doors. 12-way power seat adjustment, heated ventilated front seats, Volcona leather seats. We get the honeycomb pattern. These are RS sport seats, manual seat cushion extensions, RS embossing in the blue in that contrast stitch. We have the RS design package. So that is going to give us the Alcantara on the steering wheel, this center here, and also on the gear lever. Now, with the executive package, that adds the leather on the horn, the top of the dashboard. Normally it would be here, but the RS changes it to the Alcantara. The same thing here, but you'll get the leather here with the contrast stitch. And normally you would get the leather here, but you're getting the Alcantara. Memory for the driver and passenger. It's a driver-focused setup, and one cool thing to show you before we jump onto the passenger side is when you start the vehicle up, that Bang & Olufsen sound system, it deploys. 18 speakers, 1820 watts. The carbon twill inlays with the blue is because we have the RS Design Package Plus. The piano gloss black in between the satin aluminum. Ambient lighting will light up for the Quattro badging. And you got plenty of leg space, even though it's a driver-focused setup. With a 10.1 MMI touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wirelessly, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming, Bluetooth audio. This is your quick wedges, Amazon Alexa. Put it into reverse and you got a 360-degree reverse camera, or Audi calls it a top view camera. It shows the trajectory for the front and the rear. Click onto the 3D and you can go all around the vehicle. Click this little sub menu and you can just do it by pushing these little tabs. Click back here and now you have a lot of different camera angles to make backing up effortless. 8.6 inch is the lower screen derived for the climate control. The driver mode select right here. You can also raise or lower the wing, and for your climate control in the rear in the heated steering wheel. Piano black will carry on into the center, and here is where you're going to see the only plastic more or less in the vehicle. And I applaud Audi for doing this because they make it look a lot more luxurious inside the cabin, and this just makes it easier to clean. You have a 12 volt and an area here for your key fob. The Alcantara opens up into the Audi phone box, which will increase your signal, and it's also a wireless charging pad with 2 USB-C ports. This also slides forward and backwards, and you can also adjust it upwards. Sport pedals, that's to be expected, and plenty of leg space for this driver-focused setup with a ton of headroom. Upgraded headliner with a moonroof, auto-dimming rear view mirror with the home link here with a compass, and a heads-up display as part of the executive package going into a 12.3 Audi virtual cockpit that can go through an array of different content for the driver, including the navigation and your phone settings. You can also expand that out and you can zoom in and zoom out. And I like that they have the RS button right here because it just makes it a little bit easier so I don't have to click and look down here. The paddle shifts, Alcantara flat bottom steering wheel, that blue contrast stitching with the RS badging, door panel and a dash, configuring together nicely. I just kind of wish this was contrast blue instead of black. You get that carbon that's going to come into the door with the satin aluminum. Soft to touch where it needs to be, one touch up and down for all the windows, and they're frameless with a long storage pocket and a little storage cubby for the driver. And the blue seat belts because of the RS Design Package Plus. For the back seats, this is the opening that you have to fit 2 more with the cup holders and armrest down. Get a storage right here. Dual climate control settings with heated rear seats, 12 volt, 2 USB-C ports, air vents in the center, storage behind both of the front seats. You get another air vent here, and the door card carries on into the back with the same carbon fiber. You have the soft touch where it needs to be because this has the RS Design Package with a smaller storage pocket sitting behind me. The seats are carved out, so you're gonna have plenty of space and headroom. That's what's good about these hatchbacks. Typically, you'll lose some space, but with this vehicle, it's a little bit longer, giving a little bit more space. Sliding into the center, feet space is going to be shared because there's a huge hump right here in the center, but it's not really a big deal. You do sit up a little bit more, so you're going to share butt, leg, and shoulder space. Headroom is going to start getting a little bit more compromised unless I sit this way, in which my back is not against the seats, and my knees are going to be sitting in the air, sitting into the center. 621 horsepower with 627 pound-feet of torque. Is it worth the hype? 5 inches of clearance, it's an everyday car. 3.3 seconds 0 to 60 according to Audi, so it's a track-worthy car. Because we have the RS Design Package Plus, we're getting a top speed of 190 miles per hour and a lot of upgrades like you saw through the exterior and the interior of this vehicle. There's a lot going on right now, so we're gonna try to do a quick U-turn. And we're gonna put it into RS. Turn radius is about 1.5 lanes. Let's rock and roll. It's fast, it's comfortable, it's quiet, but you can still hear the exhaust filter in through the interior. So I appreciate that. I really like how Audi gives you the best of both worlds, because it's hard to get a hatch with this much performance, this much capabilities, and it's a daily driven vehicle. Maneuverability, not going to be an issue. The steering is light, so there isn't a lot of feedback. That's kind of a con to me, because if you were to hurt the wheels, you're not gonna really feel it. But you got so much freaking power on this. Then put it into comfort, not gonna hear anything. It's gonna take me to some pros and cons. The pros, you've heard a ton of them. The cons is, last year we got a lot of these updates. This year it's more or less a carryover. I would have liked to see some more updates in this vehicle, especially considering the M5 has come out and now they have a wagon for North America. A wagon's different than a hatch, so I do like the hatch a little bit better, but cargo capacity is great in both, and the new BMW can be a little bit faster, and it's also a plug-in hybrid variant, which to me, I kind of wish that they gave 2 different trims on that. I like the Bang & Olufsen sound system. It is so cool how it comes out of the dashboard and how you can make this kind of a sleeper, but it's such a loud vehicle with the exterior color, and because of the packages that we've optioned on this, that it's not really a sleeper. I will say in comfort, you tend to hear a little bit more road noise, and that's because you're not hearing the exhaust filter in as much. Doesn't feel wide or long, so it's definitely an easy to drive vehicle. And the cons that I have is the options are a little pricey. The matte carbon package, $7,600 give or take. I mean, you do get more or less the black optic package in it with the upgraded wheels, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but you could save some money there going into the black optic package. The Bang & Olufsen sound system, it's definitely an awesome system, but nearly $5,000. I mean, I would add the RS Design Package Plus, and I would add the Executive Package, and I would add the Driver Assist Package, which gives you the adaptive cruise control with the lane guidance, the Audi Side Assist and Pre-Sense Rear with the intersection assist. And unfortunately, you have to add the RS Sport Exhaust System. I mean, that's another grand. What the hell, Audi? That's nearly $30,000 of upgrades. Rear axle steering, so you're not gonna have the issue like that Chevrolet had. Just pull up a little bit. Turn radius is going to be nice and tight. Let's rock and roll. And check out the braking. That is insane. You not only got the speed, but you can stop. That's what 10 pistons does with a 16.5 front. Slotted and drilled, 14.6 in the rear. And that's just giving it a touch. I mean, it would be hard for me to leave it on a comfort mode. I would probably drive this all the time on RS and put it in the dynamic, so that way I get the full experience out of it. You don't have to wait for a boost like BMW, so that's definitely a pro here. Is it worth the hype? To me it is, but let me know what you think in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video right here.